How's it going, everybody? Rybrad here today, and we are back with our Nashville Predators franchise mode, and it is round number 1 of the 2022 playoffs against the Chicago Blackhawks. A Central Division rival. Let's hope it turns out the same way it did for the Predators this real-life season. But let's go ahead and find out what they're going to be throwing at us. I'm excited to get into that. I've never actually really seen the Blackhawks in the playoffs. I mean, you see them there all the time, but either you're rebuilding or I just never faced them. So it's pretty interesting to see them in there. All right, so let's go ahead and see what their lines are. We know our lines. I think I need to throw Comtois and Spacek back on the bottom line. We don't want Sissons. We want. I'll fix that after this in just a second, boys. But yeah, let's go ahead and see what the Chicago Blackhawks will be rolling out as far as their lines are concerned. Are they still as dominant? And oh my god, yes they are. They signed TJ Oshie. Jesus, he's 35 years old, but still an 88 overall. They've got Taze who's 33, and Kane is 33, and they're both still 94s. Good god, that is a deadly first line. Oh my god. All right, second line, they got Ryan Hartman, Alex DeBrincat, who actually had a tremendous season. I remember seeing his name towards the top of the points list. And then Vinny Hinestroza. Okay, so it's not a bad second line. I think there's better. Their third line is better. What the heck? Their third line is much better than their second line. So they got Joachim Nordstrom, Brandon Sutter, and Matthias Frum. What? All right, his name is Frum, boys. But yeah, he's 24 years old. He's a top 9 forward, 85 two-way forward. I mean, that's a good third line. I'd really like that third line for myself. Then Scott Lofton, John Hayden, and Graham Knott. Okay, not bad. There's an high AHL top 6 forward who's an 83 overall. I don't know if that's because he's super happy or I don't think I can see. I can't see his morale. He's on a good contract too. Let's go ahead and see what they've got defensively. Oh, whoa, okay. Mixing up their defensemen just a little bit. They got Nick Jarmelson, usual. And Ralph Giroux, though. Defenseman, high AHL top 2. He's only an 82, and he's playing on that first line over a guy like Ville Poca, who I would put on that top line. And he's playing with Eric Gustafsson, not very great. Patrick Maroon. They've got a power forward playing defense there, boys. They got Patrick Maroon on their bottom defensive pairing, and Nick Schmaltz, a forward, also. Guys, they've got 4 defensemen and 2 forwards is their defensive core. Good God, do they have anybody injured? Okay, so Cal Foote is hurt for them. Of course, he grew for them better than he did me, but that's a different GM mode. I'm not going to dwell on the past too much, but there we go, boys. Oh, shoot, I forgot to check their goal tender. It's probably still Corey Crawford, I believe. Oh, never mind. It is Scott Darling, an 82 overall, 33-year-old backup. And their backup isn't much better anyway, but he's got high backup potential. Anyway, this is a what the heck happened? I guess we're at that point of the franchise mode where teams start to become really weird, boys. So, all right, I'm not actually too worried about the Chicago Blackhawks. I mean, they're rostering 2 forwards as their bottom defensive pairing. Their regular defensemen aren't good to begin with, so I don't see how this is one. I mean, they've certainly got the forwards to make this a freaking good series, but you got to have more than just wait. Why is Ryan Johansson only an 86? Is he upset about his ice time, or yeah, he didn't like his ice time? Interesting. Okay then, so maybe I need to give him some first line power play minutes, and move what's his face down. Maybe Panarin, move him to that second line, or move because I like Matthews on that first line. I'll give Ryjo some first line ice time, and then I need to put Comtois in here instead of Mika Salamaki. Anyway, so yeah, while I'm doing some housekeeping here, Trevor Murphy is not happy whatsoever. Good God, he is livid. All right, so special teams, we'll flip Panarin and Johansson. Can Arvidsson or anybody take a face-off? No, they can't, which is fine. I'll move. You know what? I'll move Yossi down with Shabbat. I'll move Panarin back up here. I'll take Shabbat off the power play and go ahead and throw in. Oh boy, I'll just throw Pajot in there just because he seemed to have performed well on the power play in the past. So maybe he'll do something for us there as well. So there we go, boys. That is the new and improved power play because I don't think it was that tremendous, and it's always seemed to fail us when we get into these big moments. But there we go, boys. I'm done talking. I'm done messing around. Let's get into the game against the Chicago Blackhawks. Oh, man. Game number 1. Let's see. Can their weak back end and their weak goaltending stand up against the Nashville Predators? Let's find out. If we could have a strong first period and just set the tone, I would be thrilled, boys. Let's go. First period. And there it is. And Maxime Comtois scores the first goal of the 2022 playoffs for your Nashville Predators, and that's his first playoff goal. Under 3 minutes into the period, and then Forsberg and Matthews score in the last minute, and 11 seconds apart, boys, and we took, this is exactly the performance in the first round that I was hoping for. So there we go. Let's go ahead and see, can we keep it up in the second period? And we don't. Joachim Nordstrom goes ahead and scores on Gibson, but it is still 3-1. So let's go ahead and get this third period puck drop underway. And 5 minutes into the period, Alex DeBrincat pulls Chicago back to within 1. Oh, come on, boys. You had such a strong first period. They can't just shut you down like that. Halfway through the period, we're giving the Blackhawks a power play, and they cannot capitalize. Now we're on the power play, and we cannot capitalize, but we got 2.5, 1.5, 30 seconds, and John Gibson and our defense is able to shut the door for their high-powered offense, and we get out of the first game 3-2. I certainly thought after that first period we were going to have a much, much better performance, but believe it or not, we didn't. After that first period with those 3 goals, we didn't really do a ton. So Victor Arvidsson was a minus. Yossi and I got to split those 2 guys up. That's right. I got to move Subban down to that second line. Not power play, but second line defense. That's right, because I split them up midway through the season, and it just seemed to work. Putting Ekholm on that first line was just, they killed it together. So. Oh, Trevor Murphy, quit your complaining. I don't need to hear anything out of you. All right, let's go, boys. Game number 2 in Nashville. Can we get off to a very strong start and win both games on home ice with this raucous crowd down in Tennessee going nuts as we're taking on the Chicago Blackhawks in the playoffs, boys? All right. Let's go ahead and get into it here. See if the changing of the defense is going to help us at all. I mean, it's not like we needed much help. We still had and Patrick Kane scores under 30 seconds into the period as I'm saying the changing of the defense. Oh boy, all right. Let's not let this snowball out of control. Gibson, I'm looking to you. Let's go. First period. And Patrick Kane scores again, and it is 2-0 for Chicago as they are pumping the shots on the Predators. Now, we need a really strong bounce-back second period, boys. We cannot afford to let them, because they have scored every goal since our first period in the first game. So we've gone, now what? Is this 3 full periods without scoring a goal? Come on, Nashville. You cannot rely that much on your defense. Let's go. Second period. Holy good God, and as I say, they cannot rely that much on their defense. They do give up the first goal, but they storm back with 4 of their own. Yes, 4 of their own. And I just realized something, boys. Artemi Panarin going up against the Chicago Blackhawks, who let him go. I believe he has played in Dallas as well, so he's been a journeyman all throughout this Central Division. But David Perron on that third line gets to Ryan Johansson. Maybe it's a power play goal, boys. Did they take a penalty at all? They did take 2 penalties. Let me see if I can do the math. I don't think it was a power play goal, but he certainly helped us out quite a bit there. Now let's get. I'm talking too much, boys. I'm rambling. I'm excited. And Artemi Panarin scores another goal and gets Nashville a 5-3 lead as we approach halfway through this third period here, boys. Oh my goodness. We got a 2-goal lead. Come on, defense. I'm looking to you. You guys have been tremendous ever since that first period. Let's go. This offense has been... I'm really loving the offense. And Josh Jacobs nets an empty netter, but Taves fires one back. It's kind of too little too late, as with under a minute left, he cut the lead to 2. But that's all she wrote, boys. Nashville takes game number 2, 6-4, and it now have a 2-0 series advantage. Now, let's see. Was anyone a minus player? And if so, who were they? Kevin Fiala, Arvidsson, and Johansson, and then Neal. Okay, so that second line doesn't seem to be a very good defensive second line. Which, I'm kind of curious about it. I don't, never mind. I'm not screwing too much up. If we start losing some games, I will change it. But, come on, Johansson. Victor Arvidsson got injured. What? I didn't even get a notification about that. Already then. And Austin Matthews. So Austin Matthews is appreciative. And then Victor Arvidsson's like, oh, yay, my bruise is gone. So he gained some morale there. Now we're headed to the United Center in Chicago. Let's see if we can shut up these rowdy fans in the Windy City as we're bringing the country music from down south and the Nashville Predators bringing it up to Chicago. Can we just stomp into their building and take game number 3, boys? Let's do it. First period. Alrighty, okay. Maxime Comtois scores again. Austin Matthews scores 2. But those were in between goals by Patrick Kane and Alex DeBrincat, but we still have a 3-2 lead in the game right now, boys, and that's all I can ask for. Man, Comtois actually been performing really, really well. His overall is not too great, but he is simulating quite well. So we'll have to see there, boys. Let's go. We're getting to the second period. All right, and Philip Forsberg and Patty Kane answer each other in goals, and it's still a one. Never mind, I was about to say it's still a one-goal advantage for Nashville, but Chicago and Brandon Sutter on that third line ties the game up just a minute into the period. Oh my God, we're halfway through the period. We're on the power play now. Did the changes work? And they're not going to work this time. We got about 5 minutes left in the period. Is it going to be an overtime game in Chicago? 2 minutes, 1 minute, and Patrick Kane scores with 10 seconds. Oh, Patrick Kane. He scores with 10 seconds left in the game, sends these Chicago fans home extremely happy, and brings them back to within one in the series as they take the game 5-4. Now, if that second line is still a huge minus, and it is, I'm going to have to change something up here, boys. I can't have them continuing to be minus players. They are terrible defensively. And something needs to change. I don't care about ice time at this point for players that think they deserve it. I'm going to go ahead and throw Neal up there and throw Arvidsson down there on that third line. I mean, Arvidsson does seem to be one of the worst minus players. We've got a -5, -4. Oops, -4, 0. Okay, so you know what? No, I'm not going to move Neal up. I'm going to move Craig Smith up because he seems to be the best two-way forward that we have. And he's an even, and those middle two lines are all terrible minus players. So can we change our luck in game number 3? Or, well, we just lost game number 3, excuse me. Game number 4, boys. Here we go. All right, scouting, I don't really care what you do. The AHL regular season has ended. Did we make the playoffs? And we did make the playoffs. Awesome, cool. So now we're going into a crucial game number 4 in Chicago. They can tie the series up and head back to Nashville 2-2, or we can head back to Nashville with a chance to move on 3-1 in the series, boys. Let's go. Come on, I need a strong first period. Let's see it, boys. Where is it? And it's not there. Alex DeBrincat scores the only goal of the first period in what's been a pretty offensive series so far, and it is 1-0 Chicago. Can we change our luck here in second period? Let's go ahead, find out, boys. Let's get it. And we don't. We still have yet to be able to score on frickin' Scott Darling, their starter, who's an 82 overall. I guess your goalie really doesn't matter as long as you can put pucks in the net. The simulation has always bothered me, boys. I hope it actually matters in the future. Halfway through the period, we still can't put anything behind Scott Darling. He's standing on his head as he might just single-handedly tie the series up for Chicago. And that's all she wrote. Chicago gets out of game number 4, tied in the series with a 3-0 lead, with a 3-0 win in game number 4. Now, I got to figure out why, first of all, why didn't we score? Victor Arvidsson, Jesus. So many minus players. Panarin, Arvidsson is terrible with a minus. Like, I'm going to move him down just because he's been absolutely abysmal defensively for us. He's really done nothing to help us out in that department. Well, Jesus, he's on the third line anyway. I can't move him down farther than that. I'm not going to put him on the fourth line and move Comtois up. We just got to trust that they're going to go ahead and bounce back after 2 pretty bad performances from the Nashville Predators, boys. Oh, goodness. I thought the way the series was looking in the first 2 games, I thought we were just going to be able to waltz through the series, but not anymore. We are now tied 2-2 in the series as we head into game number 5 in Nashville. Oh, we need a strong first period. We haven't had good offense in the last couple of games. We need to put some pucks past Scott Darling, boys. Austin Matthews, that first line, Philip Forsberg, Maxime Comtois. If you just want to be a stud rookie, please go ahead and do it. I'd love to see it right now. First period. And there's Victor Arvidsson proving me wrong. I talked him down a little bit and was considering moving down to the fourth line, but he's proven to me that he does not want to be anything less than a third line player. Come on, boy. I need you to do some more. Let's go. Second period. And Ryan Johansson scores, but Patrick Maroon scores, and it is 2-1 Nashville as we head into the third period. And Patrick Kane scores about a minute into the period, and it's tied up now 2-2. Patrick Kane with those immediate goals is absolutely killer to us right now. 10 minutes left in the period. Chicago goes on the power play, and TJ Oshie scores, boys. And it is now 3-2 Chicago over Nashville as we are just... Oh, and Hino Stroza scores as well. It is 4-2 Chicago now in Nashville. After going up 2-0 is getting rocked right now. They have lost the last 3 games. I got to go back to the lines that we used in the first game. I just have to change it up, boys. I cannot leave this kind of thing happen. I just can't let this happen. All right. Maybe I got to move PK Subban back up and Ekholm back down. All right, that seems. I mean, these were the lines that we had going into it. All right, -4, -3, -4, -4, -2. He's still a 0. I'm gonna move Kevin Fiala down. All right, so Craig Smith, Johansson, and Victor Arvidsson. Come on, guys. These middle six has just not performed for us. We've been getting outclassed by the Chicago Blackhawks right now, guys. And I really need that to change because I do not want to get eliminated as we are now down 3-2 in the series. Let's go. In Chicago, their fans are looking to get past the Nashville Predators, one of the best teams in the NHL. Come on, boys. I know you got it in you. Let's go. First period. And Ryan Ellis, there we go. Back with his partner, Matthias Ekholm. He answers for us, and it is now 1-0 Nashville. Let's go, offense. I like to see some goals on the board, please. Let's go. Second period. Comtois and Pajot scored, but Giroux scores... But that's the only goal that Chicago scored so far. It's a 3-2 lead for Nashville. Is Patrick Kane going to score in the first minute? No, he's not, but there's the power play. And David Perron scores for us, either as the power play, and then Kevin Fiala scores for us, boys. It's now 5-1 Nashville. Good God. Either Perron scored a shorty, but Nordstrom gets Chicago a little bit of life. But Nashville on the power play now. It's a long power play, but we cannot capitalize. But Thomas Chabot scores just as Chicago goes on the power play. That could be 2 shorthanded goals, boys. I'm not too sure. And PK Subban pumps one past Scott Darling, and he wanted to get in on the action, and that's it. It is 7-2. Nashville looking... Wow. Those line changes that I just made, something must have clicked with the boys because it worked. Arvidsson and Smith were both minus players, but... I'm not going to complain too much about it. We only had 1 shorty, so Perron's was not shorthanded, but Thomas Chabot did score shorthanded. We had a defenseman score shorthanded, which is incredible. And a 7-2 victory. Ryan Ellis injured his foot. That is not good for us, boys. Not good at all. Oh, my God. Okay, so we need to move Thomas Chabot up here. Actually, oops. You know what? Let me just go ahead and call up somebody because Trevor Murphy is super pissed off and he's not going to play well whatsoever. So let's go ahead and get into it here. Let's see. Defenseman Stuart Percy. Yeah, he's kind of okay. He's feeling meh. But I'm not too worried about it. Let's go ahead and hit best lines. I don't think I have to change too much as far as the lines. Oh, that's right. No, I don't know why they play Sissons over Spotcheck because I think Spotcheck is tremendous for us. He's been playing great. Actually, is he been playing great, or am I just... No, he's a +4. He's got 4 assists this playoffs, in this round, and then Maxime Comtois, I mean, not much more can be said about him in the playoffs. I mean, he's been absolutely lights out in the playoffs. That 4th line has been killing it. I mean, he's got 7 points in the first round. Good freaking God. And then, let's see. Oh, no, not Murphy. Good Jesus. Nice job, EA Sports. Stuart Percy needs to go in that spot. Let's go ahead and check out the special teams. Artemi Panarin switch with Yossi. Yossi switch with Ekholm. Ekholm switch with Ryjo. And then how has Pajot been doing? Has he been putting in points? Not really. Actually, it's been Michael Spotcheck who's been the better player. So I'm going to give him the opportunity on the power play to go ahead and get something done for us, boys. All right, best lines down in the AHL. I'm not too worried. Yeah, Stewart there. I'm really excited to see what his kind of jump is. But now we are headed into a crucial game number 7 here, boys, against... Oh, God. All right, hopefully these line changes didn't just screw us over, and we're going to be able to find something. Actually, hold on. I got to make sure that Craig Smith is on that second line, and I move Kevin Fiala down. Oh, my goodness. All right. It's kind of sucking that Ryjo is upset with his performance. Oh, he's at the end of his contract, boys. He's on a contract year. He's going to want some money. I don't know how much money he's going to want, but I don't know how much money I want to give him, especially for a guy his age and with players coming up that can fill the spot. But I'm not going to worry too much. We can talk about that if we lose this game, but I'm not looking to lose this game, boys. Let's get it against the Chicago Blackhawks. Game number 7 back home in Nashville. We need a strong start, boys. I'm looking to you, Austin Matthews. Let's get it. First period. And Austin Matthews and Michael Spacek both score, but Patrick Kane refuses to let the Chicago Blackhawks go quietly. It's 2-1 Nashville. I call on Austin Matthews, and he certainly did it for me. Come toi, I'm looking to you next. Let's get it, boy. Second period. All right, nothing scored in that second period. Patrick Kane does not score in the first minute again, and it's still a 1-goal lead, but Chicago on the power play can't get it done. Nashville on the power play can't get it done either, but then James Neal nets an insurance marker as we are now 10 minutes through the period. 3-1 Nashville. Chicago can't get it done on the power play. Great job, Perron in the penalty kill. 3 minutes, 2 minutes, 1 minute, boys. And Matthias Ekholm scores the empty netter, and Nashville is going to win 4-1 and win the series in game number 7. Oh my God. Thank God I moved those lines back to what they were, because I certainly screwed something up in the middle. We were up 2-0, we were down 3-2, and in the end, we win the series 4-3. And who will we be playing in round number 2 of the playoffs? We will find out as soon as I go ahead and send Trevor Murphy down, because he's pissing me off. All right, let's go ahead here. Trevor Murphy, go ahead and send him down. I don't care how pissed he is. He's on a really cheap contract. I'm going to go ahead and make... Well, you're going to be playing in the AHL, so stop your complaining, okay? Everyone likes the fact that you're joining the team, so I don't want to hear it from you. All right, let's go ahead. And we will be taking on the St. Louis Blues, boys. That's a tough matchup in round number 2. Jeez, okay. So there it is, boys. That is the end of this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure to subscribe if you want to see some more, and I will see you in the next one when we take on the St. Louis Blues.